solidifying himself as a legitimate MVP candidate.
Kendrick Davis with the exclamation mark.
Numbers wind down to 4, to 3, to 2. It doesn't matter when that man's got the ball, though. Montrez Harrell rocking the rim.
And he'll throw it up. Nobody guarding this big guy.
Harrell underneath with feeling.
It's showtime at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre.
We're on the home stretch. 8 games left for Adelaide to make a late run. What better way to make a statement than to knock off the top of the table Hawks? The 36ers return home after an overtime loss in Tassie, but they've been a bogey side for Illawarra. Will Justin Tatum's men avoid the season sweep? But most importantly tonight, we recognise the life of club great Daryl Pierce. The number 4 jersey sits in the rafters here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Last night, we lost a legend, a Basketball Australia Hall of Famer, a 2-time NBL champion. Daryl Pierce was 64. Hello and welcome to our coverage. I'm Nerily Meadows. Beck Allen and Liam Santamaria alongside me. Liam, we just saw a really moving tribute to the life of Daryl Pierce. This club loved him.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Adelaide tonight. Absolutely tragic, the passing of the Iceman, a champion player, a champion bloke, one of the greatest shooters in Australian basketball history. So on a night when another club legend, Daniel Johnson, has his jersey retired, there's a lot of emotion swirling around this building.
Both teams will be wearing black armbands in honour of his life, and we'll be paying tribute right throughout our coverage. Our thoughts, of course, are with Daryl Pierce's family, friends and fans. He was such a special part of the NBL, and the players have already spoken about the fact that he was a legacy player, and they want to honour that legacy tonight. It is such an important game against the Illawarra Hawks, Beck, in a crunch time in their season.
Exactly right, and this is a must-win for Adelaide. They're currently sitting in 8th spot, so they know the importance of this game, especially coming off an overtime loss to Tasmania, where they were up by 7 points with 1 minute remaining. So that is very tough for them to come off a game like this, so I hope they've really got together and they're ready for tonight's battle. But having 4 games in 11 days, this is going to be a tough patch for them.
I asked about DJ Vasiljevic about that overtime loss a few moments ago, and he concedes they've only got themselves to blame.
We just shot ourselves in the foot. It wasn't one play or one night. I think we took our foot off the gas in that second half. We were up 12. We had a great second quarter, probably the best quarter we've had all year defensively. But we just, let them back in the game, and we just got to come in locked in. Anyone can beat anyone in this league, like from last to first to anywhere in the middle, and it's very tight. So we got to win the next 8 to try and make it in a good setting, somewhere between 3rd to 6th. So we're just going to lock in and play basketball. That's really it.
8th against 1st, but it must be said Adelaide have won both games so far against Illawarra, and coach Justin Tatum has made it very clear he wants to avoid that season sweep.
Yeah, he said, we're coming for them. We're coming for those Adelaide 36ers. And look, they might be in top spot, but, they slip up once or twice, and that thing can be up for grabs. Elite matchup at the point guard position. These 2 guys, Kendrick Davis, 2nd in the league in scoring, 1st in assists, and Beck Trakel has been elite all season long.
He has. He's been really consistent for them, but having 31 points in his game against New Zealand, shooting at 57%, he really shows up in those big games for his team, but he has a lot of support around him.
Kendrick Davis coming off 39 points in that overtime loss to Tassie. Our 4th member of the team tonight, John Casey. And Case, Adelaide, for the first time since that fight a couple of months ago in Melbourne, they have a full-strength team with Sunday back in business.
Indeed they do. Thanks, Nerily. Good evening, everyone. 7 games out, and our Sunday Ditch comes off the bench. They're walking him back against one of his former teams. The Hawks are the most settled team in the competition. 7 players have suited up every game. The Adelaide 36ers, well, they're rolling with the same 5 that lost in overtime on Friday night. That leaves them little margin for error in their chase for a playoff spot, but their record against the Hawks is good. In fact, in the 2 games played between these teams, the Hawks have lost 7 of the 8 quarters, but only won 1. And Adelaide, despite being a poor rebounding team, has out-rebounded the Hawks twice this season. So we are set to go. Round 16 of the Hungry Jacks NBL from Adelaide on a Monday night, and it's the Hawks who control the tip. They'll have first opportunity here against the Adelaide 36ers. Frolling with it patiently. Kell worked so well for Adelaide last season, and he drives the three home to welcome himself back to Adelaide.
Perfect start for Illawarra. Good execution on that opening possession. And Trey Kell, he's in some kind of form.
So Davis is also one of the best players statistically and in form at the moment in the competition. Watches the shot clock roll to single digits. Now it goes into Humphries, may have travelled. And Adelaide turn it over with their first offensive set.
It's not ideal that he got the travel in that moment, but I really like to see that they're looking at utilising Humphries, because when he touches the ball, good things typically come from it.
Such a focus for their offense, and it does seem that good things happen from there. Here's Harvey. Into the paint, nothing on offer. Pete Ling uses Frolling. Working against Humphries. And his teammates go at it, and Frolling gets the two and draws a foul.
Well, the same can be said back down the other end with Sam Frolling. You know, always nice to see the Hawks make a focus of him on the interior. This is a fun matchup at the 5 spot. Two of the premium Aussie bigs in that position. And Frolling got right to home base right there.
63% free throw shooter this season. Frolling adds the extra, so a 6-0 start here for the Hawks. When these teams last played, though, the Hawks got out to a big lead in the first quarter. They were up 12 in the first quarter, but it was Adelaide who finished the term on top, so don't get carried away just yet. First foul in the game is called on Mason Peatling.
And this is where it becomes tough guarding this Adelaide team with the two bigs, Harrell and Humphries. Humphries obviously as a pick and roll guy towards the rim, but Montrezl Harrell as an isolation guy. Mason Peatling's got his hands full. It's hard to have two solid bigs to come up and defend against these twin towers.
It's his strength as well. He really does go through players.
At 25, the last time these teams played, Montrezl Harrell, 25-7 and 17-10 in the game back in round 3. And he makes both free throws to get Adelaide scoring underway. Peatling guarded the perimeter by Humphries. Now Frolling with Harrell to contend with. Shot clock to 10. Harvey guarded by Kendrick Davis. Found a way past. Hostage dribble around, but it falls. Won't fall for Tyler Harvey. 90 seconds played. Harrell wants to put some pressure on. Can't connect. Here's the offensive rebound from Humphries. Back to Harrell. And it rolls around and tumbles this time. Peatling's down at the moment as well.
Montrez is up and about. Elite offensive rebound from Isaac Humphries. Mason Peatling's got to do a better job right here. Bodying up, blocking out. Humphries finds his front court partner down low, and Montrez does the rest.
It's a nasty cut on the lip of Mason Peatling, sends him to the bench, and Darius Days is going to check in. Doesn't like the no call. And Montrezl Harrell's got a bit to say as well.
A lot to say.
Good words.
To the Illawarra bench, Dave O'Hickey, very lippy.
Well, the Wollongong bench is suggesting they need to review this to referees, not necessarily a coach's challenge as such.
I sometimes think when there is a hit to the face, you do need to review it. I think that should become part of the game.
And certainly with concussion such a hot topic.
Yeah.
He's a tough customer, Mason Peatling. It's not gonna, if he can stem the bleeding, you'll be fine. Another look at it here. Great pass from Humphries underneath.
Well, there's contact. Was it deliberate?
No, I don't think it was deliberate. It's a basketball move.
Humphries
It's a basketball
he's
move.
trying to find a passing angle.
Yeah.
He's trying to find his way through to get that pass. And Peatling, worse for wear.
So we're just tending to the floor here, and we're pulling that. So an eventful start. Hawks scoring the first 6 points of the game. Obviously, Best road team in the competition, 8-3, the Illawarra Hawks, and you know they've got the one championship, but they have never finished the regular season on top. So they're looking to create some history this season. And Melbourne United's wild win, we just saw a little earlier, takes them to 15 wins along with Illawarra. So they can lose tonight and still maintain top spot, the Hawks, but they need to keep winning to keep the other teams at bay.
That's how it is in this league. You can't take your foot off the pedal.
I think a big thing that Coach Tatum has been instilling into his players is attention to detail. That's something that he's really wanted to focus on, and that goes for the full 40 minutes. So as we saw even in their last game, really in that last quarter, they need to stay locked in.
Trey Curl with it against Kendrick Davis. Stands his chances with an edge inside. Kicks outside. Days been good from deep. Not on this occasion. Frolling did well to keep it alive. Days, Curl. Inside Days from close range. Adds the bucket.
That's smart basketball. Posting Trey Kell. Once they got the switch, he had Kendrick Davis on his back. Go at that matchup in the block.
Vasiljevic, the Adelaide captain, takes them on and he draws contact. And free throws to come. Darius Days picks up his first personal. Adelaide get to the free throw line more than any other team in the competition. They will put pressure inside on their opponents. Vasiljevic at 84% this season, 58 of 69 coming into this game. But interior work they get from Humphreys, from Kendrick Davis, and also from penetration from Vasiljevic makes them a hard, tough cover.
Yeah, he's a tough cover, but also as a shooter, to get yourself to the line, see the ball go through the net early on, that's going to be really good for his confidence too.
Adelaide a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe. They trail by 2. 2.5 minutes played, opening quarter action. Playoffs loom large, certainly for the Hawks, and Adelaide looking to keep their hopes alive with a win here. Frolling, gain against Humphrey, spins to the left-hand side, can't convert. Vasiljevic guarded by Wani Swakala-Bullock. Montrezl Harrell against Days. Now Davis. Double teamed in a trap, needs help. Harrell puts it on the deck. Humphreys under the hoop, gets it off.
Such a great passer with the ball, Montrezl Harrell. We saw that on display the other night in Tasmania. Always has his head on a swivel, looking for his teammates.
And I think he also does a really good job of looking for Humphreys in particular. When they go that high-low, he really looks for Humphreys' steal in the paint, it's a good action for them.
Career best 7 assists. The overtime loss. Tassie, here's Davis. Kell goes down. No whistle forthcoming. Humphreys likes his chances against a shorter opponent in Wani Swakala-Bullock and gets it done.
Look, these are really good signs for Adelaide. Look, anytime they get Isaac Humphreys established in the first quarter, it bodes well for them over the full 40 minutes.
Frolling gets it back from Harvey against Humphreys. Can't convert. Here's Vasiljevic putting Adelaide in front for the first time. First 3 of the game for Adelaide. As Kell explores, found an opening. Off the mark though. 4 of 10 now from the field. Adelaide are 4 of 5 with momentum. Vasiljevic against Swakala-Bullock now retreats. Harrell against Frolling with a full head of steam. Humphreys the O-board and the finish.
They're rolling. Adelaide up and about. Illawarra reeling. Justin Tatum looking for a spark. He's got Davo Hickey and Lockie Olbrich waiting at the score bench.
Swakala-Bullock elevates. That's off the mark as well. And Adelaide with all the momentum. After the Hawks scored the first 6 points of the game, 15-4 since then. Davis, foul was there. Cannot count the 2. That's on the floor. Points waved away. First personal on Wani Swakala-Bullock.
He's on the Amy replay back. He needs no invitation. Dejan Vasiljevic, you talked about him knocking down a couple of free throws. His eyes in, steps up and knocks it down.
He does, and he's a guy that when it gets hot, gosh, he's hard to stop, you know. So I think him seeing that one go in too, you could see he was probing down the end again. He wanted to get to the basket that time, but he's always on attack mode.
Well, his best matchup right now is his head coach, is Kendrick Davis. steps up and keeps things rolling. Timeout, Illawarra.
8-0 run from the 36ers. And timeout called. We've got 5:04 on the clock here. And the fans get excited as well. Sellout crowd for the 12th consecutive home game this season. And a great start from the 36ers.
Big Adelaide energy. It was a strange pre-game case with everything that took place and the proceedings pre-game, but the Adelaide fans have found their voice early.
Well, we're celebrating Daniel Johnson's elevation with his singlet being retired here, and pre-game he spoke with Nerily Meadows.
In fact, I've got him right now, John Casey. Daniel Johnson standing alongside me. We're standing underneath that 21 jersey in the rafters. You got a standing ovation pre-game. Was it a bit emotional?
It was a special moment. Sharing with my wife and family was pretty amazing, and I'm just really grateful to the club for putting on tonight for me.
I saw that you had your kids with you and you were looking at your kid and looking up at the jersey. Did you say, hey, Dad was pretty good?
Yeah, no, I was trying to explain it to him. I don't think he knew what was going on, but in a couple of years it'll be nice to come to a game and, yeah, just have it hanging up there.
What does it mean to you? This club obviously loves you.
It's spent a big chunk of my life here and have some great memories, met some great people, so just to be remembered and put a nice ending on it all is something pretty special.
And when you look around and you see sellout after sellout after sellout, and you're a big part of building the club back up to where it is in the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, geez, that must be nice.
No, it's great. You know, the fans do a great job of turning out and bringing the energy, and hopefully the guys can build on that and, you know, finish off the season on a high.
Congratulations, a special night.
Well, thank you, appreciate that.
Great to have DJ back in the house here. Great part of the 36ers history. Hickey ran into a brick wall in the form of Isaac Humphries. So again, the Hawks come up empty. Davis off the mark from deep. Good contest from Tyler Harvey there. They forced the Hawks to make some decisions here, and Trey Curl came up with an excellent decision.
It's a really good option for him. Anytime they don't have anything happening offensively, put Trey Curl in the block. Whether it's Davis, Kadee, Vasiljevic, he's too big down there.
Martin gets an open look. He knocks down the three. Adelaide 3 of 4 from deep.
I love that. That's just a fill behind. That's reading the drive and getting into eyesight so that he can just get that ball in an open three.
Hasn't produced as well as he would like, Terrell Martin, but he's 38% from deep this season. They get him going. There are all sorts of problems for other teams. Grabs the board on that occasion. 9-3 is the rebound count, and again the Hawks have got trouble containing them. And straight at Lockie Ulrich, great contest, gets it done.
Strong take, knocks down the triple, then attacks the rim.
11-point lead here for the 36ers. Foul called on Terrell Martin.
There's the finish from Martin. Good to see him off to a fast start. We talked about the importance of establishing Isaac Humphries. Geez, if they can have a productive Terrell Martin as well, that goes a long way to ticking the scoreboard over.
It goes a long way also just for not having lapses. So when you have that first unit in, you get your second unit. It keeps the level at a high clip.
Late whistle, but free throws to come for Kendrick Davis. Foul's going to be called on Davo Hickey. Fourth team foul on the Hawks in this opening quarter. The first on Hickey, and Sunday Ditch has checked into the game as well after missing 7 games for that hamstring injury.
Well, it's big for him to have Detch back. We were here in the building case when he hurt that guarding Bryce Cotton as the league's leading scorer was doing his thing. They've really missed him. Latmayan has stepped up defensively in his absence, which is the silver lining to all of that, but very helpful for Adelaide to have Detch back in the lineup.
Margin out to 13 here for Adelaide after the Hawks scored the first 6. Davo Hickey guarded by Kadee. HJ Lee into the game as well. And Days takes them on. Strong body work. Can't convert. Good D again from Adelaide. Kadee in traffic. Eventually finds the handle. Daryl puts it on the deck against Darius Days. Can't convert. Good battle between the bigs. Lee has Kell available, works back door and gets the finishing touches. Only starter on the floor for the Hawks at the moment.
It's two teams that really like to play fast, so defensive transition is going to be big for both sides. As you see them just sprinting down either end, they need to get back.
Davis kicks to Jarrell Martin, who puts it on the deck inside Albrecht, confronted by Days, and a foul called on Darius Days. It's going to be his second personal, and free throws to come for Adelaide.
Quick little switch up from the Hawks there on the fly, jumping into a zone on that possession. They've struggled offensively in this first quarter, Illawarra. I mean, this is the league's leading offense. First in the league in offensive efficiency, the Hawks, against the league's worst defense. Last in the league, Adelaide, in defensive rating. And yet in this first quarter, the 36ers have kept them under wraps.
They're playing at a different energy than we've seen sometimes in other games, and I hope that they do keep it up to that level. But even you saw before, Kadee was defending in the full court and not allowing that inbounding pass. So those sort of things that really gets you going as a group.
So when they were last here, the Illawarra Hawks, they were restricted to just 79 points, lost by 14. It's their lowest score of the season. And we spoke earlier about Adelaide being their bogey team, and it appears to be unfolding that way a little bit here as well. Adelaide now a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line. The Hawks 1 of 1. 13 the margin. A little over 2 minutes out from quarter time. Lee can get hot quickly. Bird there, so 1 of 3 from deep and 6 of 17, in fact 6 of 18 overall now, the Hawks. Adelaide at 67% from the field. Sunday Detch, it's his former team, puts it on the deck against Hickey. Harrell did that well, got Hickey in the air, adds to the tally.
Great pass from Detch. Good attack down the heart of the defense. Drops it off to the big fella.
Margin at 15. Kell draws a foul. It's 13 foul on Adelaide in this quarter. That'll be called on Rasmussen, his first personal.
I like the way Adelaide coach Mike Wells has worked these rotations in this first quarter. We talk about that second unit, Beck. Obviously the depth of Illawarra, one of their strengths, but Coach Wells, as Kell silences the Adelaide crowd at the free throw line. He's already given Vasiljevic and Montrezl Harrell a rest, but they're back out there to finish the quarter.
I think it goes back to what you were saying before of having Sunday Jack back in. It just adds that other body that can play at this level consistently too, so that helps with those rotations.
Nerily Meadows courtside.
Just this defensive effort from Adelaide thus far, obviously early days, but Illawarra, in 10 of their last 11 games, they've cracked that 100-point margin mark. So the fact that there are only 16 points on the board almost through this first quarter is remarkable by the 36ers defensively.
Vasiljevic off the mark. Long rebound up for grabs here. Rasmussen controlled it. Now it's Vasiljevic for Sunday Detch. Working on Blanchfield down to the baseline. Nothing on offer. Red numbers on the shot clock now for Vasiljevic against Lockie Albrecht. Past him and from close range adds the 2.
He's got all the moves. That was tough defense from Lockie Albrecht. And Vasiljevic still able to get the step.
Harvey knocks down the triple to open his scoring account. Much needed bucket for the Hawks. 2 of 4 from long range. But Adelaide at the moment putting on a very good display in this opening quarter. Less than a minute to play. Vasiljevic takes them on again and earns another trip to the free throw line. We've got 4 players who are 2 of 2 from the stripe, Adelaide, including DJ Vasiljevic.
And Vasiljevic is enjoying this switched up defense from the Hawks. They've gone into this zone defensive scheme, and he's having a good time finding the gaps.
I think as a shooter, the minute you see a zone, you're sort of licking your lips a bit because there's so many gaps. So as long as they have a good spacing and he can find those gaps within the zone, he could really get on one.
Vasiljevic maintains the strike rate. Adelaide now 10 of 10 from the free throw line, have their highest scoring first quarter of the season. Tyler Harvey arcs up another triple and comes up with the goods. Vasiljevic wants to take him on at the other end. Off glass, can't convert. Hatchfield the rebound. So 7-second differential between the game and shot clock here. Detch with the job on Tyler Harvey. Adelaide with a foul to give as well. Nice work from Harvey to get to an opening. He's knocked down 3 triples here in the opening quarter.
I mean, that's a great shot. You even had DJ in the gaps there, and you know Sunday Deck was working hard on him defensively.
Vasiljevic goes, oh, they shut him down right at the finish. Here's Davis on the buzzer, can't get it done. In fact, he was fouled in the process. Davo Hickey wants a challenge here. Oh.
You're not hearing that, bro. Stop touching me. No way y'all brother can keep touching it. You guys got to come break it up. I understand that, but you can't keep touching it. I understand that. Let them fucking rub. You can't keep touching it. Hey, let's go that way. Let's go to our bench. Let's go to our bench, guys. Let's go to our bench. Let's go. Let's just keep going. Turn around and walk away if we're good. Hey, I'm just helping. We're going to review everything.
Well, that escalated quickly.
It did.
Very quickly. Now, Davo Hickey was complaining that he was being held by Montrezl Harrell, and then it did appear the words were exchanged, which didn't go down very well with the 36ers camp, including Montrezl Harrell.
And the coaches very quickly involved, and Justin Tatum involved at a very high level, talking at length with the refs, saying, you got to stop them touching us. Feels like Adelaide's been ultra physical in the early going.
Someone, down the baseline. I thought it was DJ holding him. And after. There's a lot in this sequence.
That's what Hickey was talking about, clearly. But then Froling and Harrell, the coaches quickly out there on the floor. And Montrez, he is keen to engage.
So being reviewed at the moment in the replay centre, and assistant coach Marko Marinovic making his way onto the floor during all that as well could be sanctioned. The head coach was already there, and assistant coaches are told not to leave the bench if the head coach is there. So that's an interesting one. Obviously, the fewer support staff that are out there, I think, is the better case scenario. But under review at the moment, Vaughan Mabry, Mark Grist and Travis Stewart going to have to try and work out what happened here. This is the last thing that Adelaide needed. They had the momentum. They were playing well enough.
It was a strong last minute or so from Illawarra. Started with Tyler Harvey. Back-to-back triples that were huge momentum changes. And all of a sudden, the Hawks right back in the thick of things. And then a fiery finish to the quarter.
Adelaide have had a very good record against the Hawks in recent times. Won 7 of their last 8 against Illawarra, including their last 4 here.
So a tech foul called on Justin Tatum.
We're having quarter time now. Gone. We turn around and have a technical foul on.
So a tech on Justin Tatum, and no foul being called. So it is quarter time here in Adelaide. And it's 33-28, Adelaide on top. a wild start to proceedings here in Adelaide between the 36ers and the Hawks. Justin Tatum called for a technical foul here at the end of the first quarter. An eventful opening term where the Hawks scored the first 6, and then Adelaide at one stage led by 15 before being outscored 14-4 in the last 2 minutes of the term, thanks to 3 triples from Tyler Harvey, and back to an 8-point ball game.
Well, Justin Tatum's heated. Here's the conversation he had with referee Vaughn Mabry at the end of that quarter. Kendrick Davis has gone to the free throw line right now to shoot that technical. And the bottom line here is that Adelaide won the physical battle in that first quarter. Out-rebounded Illawarra 14-5. It was 4 of 6 shooting from long range from the Hawks, led by Tyler Harvey, that has kept them in this game thus far.
Nerily Meadows courtside.
Justin Tatum, a really animated man, spent a long time addressing his troops and then went and had a conversation with the refs, and fired-up conversation with the refs, it must be said, after receiving that tech foul. Then at the quarter-time break, he reiterated that rebounding is key, as you just alluded to. They lost that count 14-5, particularly the offensive boards. They want to make sure they're right on top of it, and ball movement as well. Also, Mason Peatling has re-emerged from the rooms. He's good to go after that cut lip.
Plenty to decipher, isn't there? Adelaide, the first 3 points of the quarter, so the margin is out to 8. Frolling. Now Trey Kell works to an opening. He's off the mark. Frolling in over the back of Montrezl Harrell. And that last touch, and Hawks will get it, according to referee Mark Rees.
Just did enough there, Sam Frolling. Harrell had him blocked out, had front position, and Frolling just got his fingertips to it.
Frolling puts it on the deck, knocks his way inside and comes up with a 2. He's got 7 in the game.
I do think that rebounding is going to be key for them, but it's also to stop that fouling on Adelaide at the basket. They're getting too many free throws at the moment. To have had 11 attempts at the free throw line, that's really not good enough in the first quarter.
Davis down to the baseline, not on offer, shut down by Trey Kell. Came up with some good D there. Back the Adelaide Trey Kell. Thought he was fouled, couldn't get a whistle. Vasiljevic, catch and shoot.
Money.
Great find from Lat Mayen. Good push of the ball. Found his open shooter on the arc.
Now Frolling from close range adds another 2.
He's getting the better of Montrez right now. Sam Frolling. A response from Harrell required.
Almost 2 minutes played, term number 2. Adelaide on top by double digits here as Vasiljevic explores unsuccessfully. Harvey in the paint, hands over from close range, and Frolling with the easy finish there. Just made it look a little too easy for Mike Wells' liking.
They're doing a good job, Beck, the Hawks, of putting Harrell into pick and roll situations as that primary defender. Wants to sit off, and it's creating open opportunities.
They are forcing him to play defense and putting him really in a predicament of, does he go to the ball handler, or does he stay a safe distance so that he can get back to Sam Frolling? But they are picking him apart at the moment.
In the corner is Lee. He can't convert. 4 of 8 from long range to Hawks. Adelaide 4 of 6. Daryl Martin goes to Vasiljevic, who's ready to fire again. Off the mark, he's got 12 points. Only 2 of 4 from deep. The margin is 10. Just 3 minutes played here in the second. And foul called on Adelaide.
And this is where I feel like Adelaide need to just be a little smarter at the offensive end. They've got the advantage on the interior. Beck, you spoke about the amount of free throws they took in that first quarter. We spoke about the rebounding edge they had, especially on the offensive glass. But when they start blazing away from long range, their offense starts to go a little wayward. Go back to Humphries, Martin, and Harrell on the interior.
You're right, a great block by Humphries.
Shuts down Frolling, who came back for seconds. Needs some help. Swakala Bullock puts it on the deck. 1 on the shot clock. Can't convert. Great D again from Adelaide.
So they're playing great team defense. It's not just the one-on-one defense, it's the collective, getting in the gaps, digging a hand in and making them uncomfortable.
Daryl Martin with it. Trying Trying to shake Trey Kill. Nice move and gets the finish as well. He's in double figures with 11 points.
This is the best looking Daryl Martin we've seen this season. Called for a foul there. He thought he got his hands on it, but knocking down the triple when he first checked into the game, a couple of nifty moves to the cup. You know, came into this season out of condition. Let's not beat around the bush, but he looks good tonight and is up and about.
Averaging 8 points a game. He's got 11 here already. His season high is 16, which came here against New Zealand in round 12. So Adelaide by 12. Trey Kill again gets an open look but can't convert. And Vasiljevic scoops up the long rebound.
My question is, do you want to go under on Trey Kill? That's an ambitious decision. Hopefully not a lazy one.
Davis feeds outside. Tillman with a step back three. Off the mark. Chance for the Hawks to edge a little closer. Almost 4 minutes play. Turn number 2. Beatlin back on the floor. Taking whack to the mouth in the opening quarter. Oh, it should have been called for a foul. So here's Davis, confronted by Kell. Give him some room to work into, and he finds the space. Couldn't finish it though. Gets after the loose ball to keep it alive and does add the 2.
This margin's out to 14. Huge couple of minutes here for Adelaide.
The margin is out to 14, but you see the Illawarra stay true to their system. They didn't play rush then. They went through the motions. They stayed back to their foundation, how they want to get their scoring opportunities.
12-6 run from Adelaide here in the first 5 minutes of this second term. And Vasiljevic adds to the carnage. Justin Tatum calls timeout. Adelaide has opened up a game-high 17-point lead here.
Guys can't get stops. Illawarra, listen to that Adelaide crowd. They know the importance of this game. And right now, their team rocking and rolling.
Pre-game, Nerily Meadows caught up with the captain, DJ Vasiljevic, to talk about his relationship with the late, great Daryl Pierce.
Thanks so much for your time. Sorry for the loss, obviously, for the club with Daryl Pierce. You've got a special connection with him.
Yeah, I played, obviously played with his son, under 18 state team. We won a gold medal together, and he actually called me 2 weeks ago, you know, when we're going through a losing streak, to kind of, you know, say he's still got the support of the previous players, and especially himself. And again, it hits a bit hard when he was here, you know, just a few more weeks ago, when he presented Jason Kadee with his 400th jersey. So again, it's a great man for the club, and we're going to honour him well, and hopefully we can get a win for him tonight.
Geez, that speaks volumes of his character, the fact that he called you all these years on from when he played to say, hey, stick with it.
I still have a lot of close relationships with Brett Maher, obviously Scott Ninnis and Daryl Pierce. Again, those are the people that I kind of want to model my game around and kind of represent the 36ers, because they've done so much in the past for this club, and hopefully I can do that moving forward. But it's just people like that you play for, and you got to remember the legends, because hey, it's, you know, basketball's short, but they get remembered regardless of, you know, however long they played for.
Speaking of legends, there is great Ken Cole, coach of the 36ers in their invincible year in the championship of '86. So middle stages of the second here. 16-point lead for Adelaide. Days, the baseline, needs help. Fires across court and finds one. Swakala Bullock, who opens his scoring account.
Shooting the ball really well this year. Swakala Bullock, obviously a leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, but shooting the rock at 43% from long range.
To Davis, guarded by Hickey. Found a passing later. Humphreys, who controlled it and then came up with a finish. He's got 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting. So they have the answers at the moment, Adelaide.
This is where Illawarra really need to lock in. They've had an issue with leaking points, especially...
Hickey took it straight at Humphreys, who denied the dunk, but Albrecht is there for the clean-up too, and the former Adelaide player opens his account.
In their last game against New Zealand, I think New Zealand had about 30 points in that fourth quarter, and that's something that they don't want to become a habit for them, where they just let teams have open slather when it comes to scoring. So they need to make that a focus for them.
Red numbers on the shot clock. Montrezl Harrell from deep.
Well, it was raining. Now it's pouring. Adelaide at the offensive end. Days can't respond. everybody is feeling good for the 36ers.
Including the fans.
Now from close range, Harrell adds another 2. He's got 13 in the game, and he leads all scorers, although DJ Vasiljevic with 14 is the high scorer.
Yeah, no timeouts remaining for Illawarra in this first half, so can't stop the momentum as the 36ers pour it on.
They popped it up here. Davis has Detch in support. Euro steps around Harvey, who is called for the foul. Suggests he wouldn't mind challenging this.
I don't know.
Montrezl Harrell signals to the crowd to make some noise.
He's an entertainer, isn't he? He gets everyone involved.
Kendrick Davis just keeping the pedal to the metal. With the relentless attack on the rim, the push of the ball. He's such a tough cover. He's so quick and very keen to stay on the attack. Ooh, and some words.
Montrezl Harrell revving up the fans at the other end of the floor while Kendrick Davis takes the free throws.
Davis and Harvey exchanging some thoughts at the free throw line. Davis checks out. Great contribution. 10 points, 4 assists, 5 boards.
5 of 5 from the stripe. Adelaide 13 of 13 from the free throw line overall. The Hawks are 3 of 3. They lead by 20, Adelaide.
Something I did not expect to hear coming into this game.
I don't know what to expect in the Hungry Jacks NBL as Hickey exploring. Got Humphries going the wrong way and comes up with his first points. They're going to have to do this bite by bite, the Hawks. But at the moment, they need to find a way to contain the Adelaide offense. Down low, Harrell. Oh, foul.
I like that from Jason Kadee. Smart offense, calls the right play. I'm sure it probably came through Mike Wells, who likes to stay in control of the play calls from the sidelines. But I feel like they can go at Montrezl Harrell inside more often. You know, we saw him knock down the triple. We know he has that, but he's a beast down there. And good action with the cross screen, and he's off to the free throw line.
2 of 2 so far in this game, Montrezl Harrell, 64% overall. He's taken 137 free throws coming into this game tonight. It's been impressive from Adelaide. Not by as many as 15 in the first quarter. Now, got to get out to 20 here in this term. High arc on the shot from Harrell. He makes no mistake. Even his free throws are entertaining.
It's the best he's shot his free throws in a while, though. He's usually quite inconsistent at the free throw line.
He enjoyed it, didn't he? Blowing kisses to the crowd.
Hawks down 20. Single digits on the shot clock. They need a bucket. Hickey's caught it a little deep.
Smart from Kadee. Helps off Hickey. Forces the ball out of Harvey's hands. Hickey, the less reliable three-point shooter.
And at the other end, Montrezl Harrell is firing the crowd in the light. 23-point lead.
He's got 18 already. Montrezl Harrell, he's having the best of times out there.
Vasiljevic. His foot on the accelerator, goes on with the dribble. Tough shot, and rattles home for TJ.
That's a tough finish too.
It's 25 now. Well, this is some kind of display. Guys, the Amy replay, here's Montrez. He's got it rolling inside. He's got it rolling outside. He's revving the crowd up. It was very fun to watch. And, you know, this is why I want Adelaide in the finals.
Yeah.
Because not only can they beat any team on their night, they can smack them. They have that level of talent when they're on the same page.
And that's exactly what it is. It's on the same page, and it's something they can lose.
Nice tip in there from Lucky Albrecht.
It's something that they tend to lose a little bit. They can lose their way and go individual basketball, but when they're playing on that same page, like you said, it's pretty beautiful to watch.
Vasiljevic just slipped as he was about to put his foot on the accelerator. An over and back violation will be called. So Adelaide turned it over for just the second time in the game. The Hawks have got just one turnover.
And the challenge here for Adelaide, just finish off the half. They've done such a good job, built a 20-plus lead. Can you finish off the half strong and take that sort of margin into the sheds?
Harvey in traffic. I think this is going to be called here on Adelaide. It's a fourth team foul. It's on Jason Kadee, who has his first personal. It's an explanation from Travis Stewart to Justin Tatum, who was wondering why the whistle was late. He said, I want to get it right.
Coach Tatum having an ongoing debate. I was going to call it a conversation, but it's a robust discussion with the officials.
Hickey forced to retreat a long way to restart here. Now Froling against Humphries. Swuckle a bullet with Montrezl Harrell in the air. Talking out of the points. Now he's double team. He's going to need some help. Eventually releases it to Kadee. Rasmussen running. Humphries in support. Rasmussen trying to wrap around pass. Knocked down out of court. The Hawks will come up with possession.
They've missed Humphries a few times. Down low. He's getting a little frustrated. Got off to the fast start. Hasn't seen the rock much in this second term.
Tyler Harvey from deep can't convert. So Harvey, who was 3 of 3 at one stage from deep, now 3 of 5. Vasiljevic finds Humphries from close range. He can't convert. Another chance for the Hawks to edge a little closer here. Shot clock 7 seconds inside the game clock. Froling gets the push from Humphries, knocks down the shot, and will get to the stripe for an extra.
You just can't let Froling get to that left hand. But Humphries knows it. That's the scout. Force him to that left shoulder and off to his right hand.
Timeout here. Timeout Adelaide. Timeout Adelaide.
Timeout called by Adelaide. Tangerine timeout called. First personal on Humphries. 15 foul on Adelaide in this quarter. They margin out to 21 points. 33 in the first quarter, their season best. They've added another 30 already, so it's their highest scoring first half of the season for Adelaide. Perhaps more to come.
But also the defense in this second term. Case limiting Illawarra, the highest scoring, well, the best offensive team in the league, to just 17 for the term.
The Reebok influence the seats there. Luke Strigg. Mr. Luke, primary school teacher, following of over 3 million people, if you don't mind. He's just got a new book out. Guess what we are doing today? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing today. Watching a pretty exciting performance from the Adelaide 36ers. Maria De Geronimo also in the house with us. Thanks to Reebok getting up close and personal and getting next to the Illawarra Hawks bench. So there's been plenty of activity there for them to take on board. But the Hawks, as the highest scoring team in the competition, nothing is beyond them, and that will give them some hope to try and cut this margin in the second half. You're going to have to do a better job at the defensive end as well, because Adelaide at the moment 60% from the field and from three-point territory, and 15 of 15 is strike.
And that's exactly right. I think it's just focus on the defense when they go in at halftime, because if they can't always rely on outscoring opponents, they can't just be out shooting their teams.
So Adelaide with the last play here. DJ Vasiljevic into Kadee. Now Kendrick Davis. Pressure up the floor from the Hawks. Foul going to be called on Peatling. They had a couple of fouls to give, so Peatling is called for the foul. Third team foul on the Hawks in this quarter. Second personal called on Peatling. Darius Day sits down with 3 fouls at the moment, which is minor concern. Jarrell Martin's picked up a couple, and so has Isaac Humphries for Adelaide. Humphries stays out there for this last play. Davis for Kadee. Now Vasiljevic against Davo Hickey. Goes with the left hand, worried out of the points, and now the loose ball scramble. One is Swakala Bullock gets it, but not enough on the shot. They work hard to the end, but Adelaide have got their highest scoring first half of the season and lead the Illawarra Hawks by 20 at the major break. The top of the table Hawks have got their hands full. It's Adelaide 63, the Hawks 43.
Outstanding first half from Adelaide, pouring on the points in such a big game. Frustration for the Hawks, unable to get stops, and at the moment, a long way to go, but right now, getting blown off the floor.
A long way to go, but it's something that can be achievable if they do come together, but they need to focus on locking down the key scorers on Adelaide. So there just needs to be a major change and a major shift in how they play defence.
Let's get to Nerily courtside.
We've got Montrezl Harrell alongside me. 63 first half points, 18 of them were yours. How would you describe that special half from your team?
We're fighting, man. Like I told y'all in the other post-game interviews, man, it's just about us, man. We're worried about us, and the only thing that we can control, and that's coming out, playing the game as hard as we can, taking it one game at a time.
You're giving energy to the crowd. They're giving it back to you. But how important is it to be ruthless in this second half, given you're up against the top of the table team?
It's extremely important, man, because we did the same thing up at Tassie. We got lackadaisical, we got composed with doing the things that was right and playing good basketball, and they walked us down and ended up coming back and stealing one, man. So we dropped that one, but like I said, we're only worrying about things that we can control, and right now that's coming out, putting another half how we just did in the first half, man, and getting a win that's much needed.
Appreciate your time. Enjoy the break.
Thank you.
63-43 in a must-win game for the Adelaide 36ers. They're hoping to sweep the top of the table Illawarra Hawks. We'll chat first half highlights after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
DJ, we know you love all this kind of stuff. You love being the centre of attention and everything. I'll get to your career in a moment. 400-plus games, 7-time Mark Davis perpetual MVP trophy winner. And I recall a couple of seasons ago, it was a night where we were playing quite close, where once again you managed to win the award alongside Josh Giddey. And then, unfortunately, the man who we lost last night, Daryl Pierce, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame that night. He was here presenting Jason Kinney with the jersey on his 400th game. It's a really bittersweet kind of day. I'm sure you can echo those sentiments.
Yeah, I mean, Daryl's a huge part of the club. Very generous with his time, always coming to events, and continuing to help the club after he finished playing. So it's a big loss for the club, and as I said, thoughts and prayers with his family. Obviously, it's a difficult time, and the club's going to do the right thing by him and acknowledge his efforts.
We say that life is about moments. You have a look up there where you can see the number 21 between Al Green and Mark Davis. The Iceman's up there alongside the man whose name is on his court, and Brett Maher. I was watching you when that happened. What was that moment like when you got to see that banner coming down? I was watching the kids as well who had no idea what was going on, so you have to explain that to them.
Yeah, they're a bit clueless to the whole thing, but this is the first time they've kind of been here with me, enjoying it, so it's been nice to share that moment with them, and obviously having family come over for it. It's been a special night, and yeah, something I'll look back on, I'm sure, in the future and be really proud of.
You got to play some incredible games here as an Adelaide 36er. You played one game here as a member of the South East Melbourne Phoenix. What about some of those memories? Because we go back to the Powerhouse or the 36ers Arena, whatever it was, and then you played so many games of basketball. What did you love about playing for the Adelaide 36ers?
Oh, I mean, everyone gets behind you. I think I've ever heard a louder crowd than what we used to get in some of those grand final games, and the feeling you get, the goosebumps and all the emotions that come with that is something that's pretty hard to replicate once it's all over. So that'll be the things I miss, I think. But I'm just grateful for the career I got to have and the opportunities I had here.
Have you had a moment to understand the impact that you've had on so many, not just young basketballers, but people from all around Australia? You've had national representation, but
Special night tonight for the Adelaide 36ers, and the superstars have come to play. Montrezl Harrell, sensational, 18 points in that first half. You can see it, ice in the veins, getting the crowd up and about in the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. They desperately need to win this one, and right now they are up by 20 points. That's right, 20 points, 63-43 against the top of the table Illawarra Hawks, looking to sweep them 3 for 3 this season. And our Hungry Jacks highlights, of course, is Montrezl Harrell. Liam Santamaria.
Yeah, well, they blasted him in that first half, didn't they? Killing him in all facets of the game, beating him on the boards, shooting 60% from the field and three-point territory. And whilst others have all chipped in, Beck, Montrezl Harrell was outstanding, particularly in that second.
I mean, when he starts hitting threes as well, you know that you have a problem, because when he's in the paint, he's pretty hard to stop. But now that he's out on the three-point line too, knocking down shots like that, he's got not only his teammates involved, but the crowd on his side as well.
It's so wonderful to see what this side is capable of when they all get together. And Becky mentioned it a few times in commentary, their body language has been on point, their energy tonight.
It's different tonight, isn't it? It feels like they've all really just come together and they're playing together. You can see them as one unit, but when you look at this shot chart by Montrezl Harrell, there's a lot of green dots. So he's out there feeling good, and I know that he's going to want to roll this into the second half.
Yeah, it's a pretty looking Blackmore shot chart for Montrez, but I'd say every one of their team would look pretty good right now. They're shooting the heck out of the ball.
DJ Vasiljevic, their skipper, is pretty happy with 16 first half points. He's also one three-pointer away from 300 in the NBL, so I reckon that might be coming up in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. He's in a mood. He's in a mood, DJ. He knows how big a game this is. A lot of things going on for the club with the passing of Daryl Pierce, the retirement of Daniel Johnson's jersey. And all of that means a lot to a guy like Dejan Vasiljevic. He spoke about it with you pre-game, Nez. And, you know, Jarrell Martin, Isaac Humphries, Montrezl Harrell, they've all been good, but DJ has been constant, always on the attack, hunting shots, mixing it up, putting it on the deck, and coming up with finishes at the rim. So a terrific first half from DJ. Got to keep it rolling in the second.
For Illawarra's perspective, Beck, how do they get back into this? Down by 20 at the first half and really up against it away from home.
Yeah, look, Sam Rowling is really the only shining light offensively, but I think offense is not where they need to be thinking. They need to be thinking about defense. How are they going to lock down DJ Vasiljevic? How are they going to stop Montrezl Harrell? So I hope that at halftime they've really gone in together, and how collectively as a group will they shut down these two players?
We know they have the firepower. 10 of their last 11 games they've brought up that 100 points, so they can get back into this.
Oh, they've got plenty of weapons. They've got to get better shots. 5 of 17 from three-point territory, long rebounds, sparking transition basketball for Adelaide. Got to get better action going towards the rim and get to the free throw line.
We don't go anywhere. We've got the second half action coming up after this short break, but we will also pay tribute to Daryl Pierce.
Points, 4 boards for Jesse Wagstaff, and an excellent catch. Comes up to 39. Kings have had enough.
Take your game from the local court to the big time. Step onto an NBL court after the final buzzer. Backing local ballers is just the beginning.
You also have this opportunity to decide Daniel Johnson ball. Remember, scan that QR code on the screen now. Enter your details on one lucky person from tonight's game. You'll be the winner of this amazing ball. We're actually also back in the Billy on the 26th of Jan with a huge game against the Breakers. 4 p.m. tip-off, another muscle game. Jump on the ticket tag and get your tickets now. This is going to be a lot of fun as well because it's the kids' takeover. We have lots of fun ways to get involved. We are running our own talent show, so sending the videos, the special talent for 3 finalists to perform at half-time. And also someone's going to take my job. Hold on. Okay, well you can join me co-host the No Man Have My Job. That's very easy. So make sure you keep an eye on all of the socials, contact the club, and get involved. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Open to all kids, 14 and under, 36 is not talent. We'll show that in the first half.
Daryl Pierce is an Australian Basketball Hall of Fame legend and one of the most beloved 36ers of all time. He burst onto the scene in 1982, quickly developing a reputation as a world-class shooter and would go on to set NBL records that will stand forever. He was an Olympian, 2-time championship winner and NBL All-Star, but his teammates loved him as the funniest man in the locker room. Even when he left Adelaide and snatched the NBL title from the Sixers in 1994 with North Melbourne, Sixers fans forgave him, and they will always cherish the Iceman, Daryl Pierce, gone too soon, but forever in basketball hearts.
Once again, we reiterate that our thoughts here at the NBL right across the competition are with the family of Daryl Pierce. It is an incredibly sad day, and I've got 2 men who loved him dearly. Ken Cole, the coach of that 1986 championship team, and Al Green, a former teammate. Fair to say, Al, you didn't see eye to eye at first, but you loved each other soon.
Yeah, it was amazing because Ken was a big orchestrator of that situation because we're bringing in 2 different players that both were scorers. But one of us had to give up the scoring role at the guard position. And Ken said, Al, you're the one that's got to be the point. Daryl got the luxury to keep doing what he does. So I came in there with an attitude, and we couldn't stand each other. Am I right or wrong, Ken? And then at the end, we loved each other. It's because Ken created that. Chris said there's only one ego in this camp, in his minds. So all the rest of you better pull together, work out what we're going to do, and kick some butt and win a championship. And till today, me and Daryl are good friends.
Ken, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know you knew Daryl from such a young age. Tell us about your special relationship.
I think I have a special relationship with all of our players, and Daryl was fairly special, almost like a younger son, and it's always been that way. So when things got really bad, I think I was there for him, and we thought that he'd got through it, and he hadn't. So it's very sad, and it should be a lesson to all of us that don't just take things for granted, that a dear friend's always going to be there. Sometimes they're not, and this is just hard to get your head around.
Thank you both for spending some time with us. I know today's a really tough day for you both, and we really appreciate hearing those reflections. John Casey, this club loved him dearly, and I know he loved this club. So this margin right now would mean a lot, the legacy of Daryl Pierce.
Thanks very much, Nerily. Sage advice from the great Ken Cole there. And tributes flowing for Daryl Pierce, not only from the basketball fraternity here in South Australia, but he was highly regarded person right throughout the state. Our condolences to his family and many friends, the Iceman. Now going to be called on the play here as Froling grabbed the O board. Just nudged underneath it by Kendrick Davis, who picks up his first personal.
1986 team case, the Invincibles, arguably the greatest team in NBL history. I was looking at the stats, the team stats of that group today. Daryl Pierce, 19 points per game on that squad. Averaged 9 3-point attempts per game as Froling works his way to the cup. In 1986, I mean, ahead of his time, I think. I mean, if he was playing in this day and age, Daryl Pierce, he would be piling on the points.
No doubt about it. Just that man going to work from close range. No reply. Still to score his first points in the game here as the Hawks look to get a good start. Michael Bullock is there peetling, and we've got a timeout from an agitated Mike Wells at the moment. First 6 points of this quarter, as the first 6 points of the game were, belong to the Hawks.
The smart timeout by the Adelaide coach just to really slow down that pace, because Illawarra have come out hot. They're really wanting to run. They want to push that pace up so they're playing at their speed.
Well, speaking of threes, let's see a couple of clutch threes from earlier tonight in the game between New Zealand and Melbourne. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. Here's how it unfolded.
Wild finish, the hit from Mooney, and here down 2, Golding. Look at the reactions from the breakers on the bench. That is just tough, man.
I mean, doesn't he just love these moments? He just loves getting those clutch shots. He wants the ball, and he's had these moments so many times in his career, hasn't he, for Scotty?
Down 1, sorry, end up winning by 2.
10 threes and for Chris.
Maybe not too dissimilar, Daryl Pierce, in terms of his ability to knock the ball in from long range.
I think so, and to try and put it into context in terms of how good Daryl Pierce was, Daryl Pierce got to 400 threes in his career, 100 games quicker than Chris Golding.
Wow.
100 games quicker. And Daryl Pierce, his first 2 seasons in the competition were without a three-point line.
Wow.
As I say, his records, some of them will never be broken.
Just that beautiful stroke.
But Adelaide needs some points at the moment. 2 minutes played. They're yet to add to the half-time tally.
And here's where you need to be going back inside.
Yep, exactly.
Get some easy action towards the rim. When Harrell and Humphreys get to the free throw line.
You've got to go back to what's been working, don't you?
Yeah, and it's where things went pear-shaped in Tasmania. Blazing away when you just needed to get something good going towards the cup.
Active hands from Wani Swakala Bullock. They dislodged the ball from Davis. Adelaide turn it over for the 4th time. Hawks with just 1 turnover so far. And whatever Justin Tatum said at half-time has worked, because they've scored 8 unanswered points out of the break.
He really does love that left-handed baby hook, doesn't he? You mentioned it earlier. It's beautiful.
And this is where Kendrick Davis needs to be a point guard, not just a scorer. Steps up. Blazes away again. Runs something for the big fellas.
Missed 3 long-range attempts in this quarter. They're 5 field goal attempts overall without scoring. Adelaide. Froling takes on Humphreys, and a foul's going to be called on Isaac Humphreys. That's his 3rd personal.
And meanwhile, the Hawks, when they don't have something in transition, they're going inside. They're saying, you know what, Froling's doing work down there. We're going to feed him. Now, I don't hate that last shot from Kendrick Davis. Wide open, had plenty of time to line that thing up. But this is where you need leadership at that point guard position to know where the ball needs to be. And Montrezl Harrell is kind of trying to establish that right now. He's not the point guard, but trying to provide that leadership back. Talking to Kendrick Davis, telling him what to do.
He is being vocal. Even the last game, he said to his team in one timeout is, stop playing this stupid basketball, this stupid brand of basketball. And I guess that's where they're trying to come back to, hey, what was working, like what you just said.
So the margin was 20 when we started this quarter. It's been cut to 11. And Adelaide, coming off their highest scoring first half of the season, have not scored here in 3 and a bit minutes of action in the 3rd quarter. Davis. Track of the double team. Montrezl Harrell gets it to Vasiljevic. Harassing defense from the Hawks here. Tyler Harvey forces Vasiljevic into a tough shot with a shot clock expiring in the background. They come up empty again.
Again, poor execution. Illawarra's changed up defense, got him out of their set. and they end up with a tough contested fade away from mid-range.
Kell goes on with the dribble. That's short on the rim. Loose ball. Humphries gets it to Davis. Looking for Humphries. Deflected by Kell. Here's Vasiljevic. Inside Froling and stripped of it by Kell. Hawks running. Albrecht. 4-on-2 fast break for the Hawks. Harvey. And the tip in from Froling cuts the margin to single figures.
This game is slipping away from Adelaide. I'm pulling my hair out. Put the big fella in the block and give him the ball.
11-0 run from the Hawks since half-time. Mayan hands over. Harrell against Lockie Albrecht. 5 on the shot clock. Big man goes to work, lost the handle, talked out of the points again.
This is that individual style basketball that it's sort of turning into right now because some players aren't getting touches.
Trey Kell fires the triple off the mark.
So when they finally do get that ball, they're trying to make something happen out of nothing, and that's a really difficult and stressful way to play.
Davis, he pulls up and comes up with a bucket. It took them almost 5 minutes, but Adelaide has their first score in this quarter.
Mike Wells was going to call his second time out of the term if Illawarra's last shot went down.
Well, they are cooking at the moment.
This was a 25-point game. All of a sudden, it's back into single digits.
Tyler Harvey up to 11. Here's Davis from the same spot, same result. He's up to 14 in the game to go with 4 assists. Trying to contain the Hawks at the offensive end is the problem at the moment for Adelaide. 6 of 8 from the field. Whistle on the play. Offensive foul's going to be called here on Tyler Harvey. It's his second personal.
I think that was a fair whistle. Elbow to the face. You see it on the Amy replay, the pull-up from Kendrick Davis. Has a lead pull-up game. Back-to-back mid-range pull-ups. Knocks them in and then slides his feet, gets the stop down the other end.
So Kadee into the game.
I'm happy to see Kadee in the game now because he can change the tempo of the game. He's a really intelligent point guard.
The foul called on the Hawks. Tyler Harvey again. Now he's got 3 personals.
I think it's a good call, Beck. Now Kendrick Davis can slide to the 2. Get a little ball movement, then put him in pick and roll actions. It's a way to maybe get Isaac Humphries back in the game a little bit, get him some touches.
Davis attracted all the attention. Humphries trying to march over the top of Lockie. Albrecht will be called for the foul. Humphries has got 4 personals.
Lockie Albrecht plays really good minutes. He's that replacement for Sam Froling so he can get a bit of a breather, but you've just seen over the course of a season him really build his confidence and improve game by game.
He's been outstanding, averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds, Lockie Albrecht, 59% from the field, and starting off the bench, but he's averaging 17 minutes, and Mason Beaton, who starts, averages 11. So they've got a nice tandem working there. Inside the last 4 minutes of this quarter. Hawks grabbing the momentum away from Adelaide. Harvey, pocket pass to Froling. Terrell Martin is the 3rd man up there. Late whistle. The foul's going to be called on Terrell Martin. His 3rd personal.
Jeez, he's having a good game, Sam Froling. He's had a couple of quiet ones recently. 5 points against Cairns. 6 points against New Zealand. The Adelaide fans want their cheeseburgers.
He really has been building towards a good game like this as well, because even maybe if his points have been down in previous games, he has had an impact in other categories. His rebounds, he's always in there fighting. Even if he doesn't get it, he gets the tip. But his defensive game as well, he's always changing shots.
Yeah, you're right. He was big against Taco Fall in that game against New Zealand. But tonight, 25 points, 9 boards already. 3 minutes and change left in the 3rd.
Season high scoring run from Froling in this game. Career high of 29 in some danger as well. Terrell Martin against Froling. Red numbers on the shot clock. Lost his foot and controlled it with his foot. And a foot violation called on Terrell Martin. Adelaide turned the ball over again.
Justin Tatum's energy on the sidelines is electric. It was aimed towards the officials in the first half, but right now, He's feeding his squad with energy and celebrations and attitude, roaming the sidelines.
Adelaide had 3 turnovers at half-time. They've got 4 in this quarter. They've only hit 2 field goals, so credit to the Hawks. Came out with intent at the start of this third quarter, and they're working their way back into the equation. Hickey, shot clock to 5, elevates against Sunday Ditches off the mark. So Adelaide with 4 points in 7 minutes of action in this quarter. Harrell from close range, pushes Froling out of the way, and is now up to 20.
Now, I like that for Adelaide. Put Kendrick Davis and Montrezl Harrell in wing pick and roll.
Harvey inside Davis, confronted by Harold Banks, 2 off the glass. Up to 13 now for Tyler Harvey, who had 9 at quarter time.
It is crazy to me, though, that was the first points in the second half to Montrezl Harrell after having such a great first half. It just shows that they haven't really been looking for him. But typically you see that Kendrick Davis and him have a really good dynamic on the court. So I'm glad that he's finally sort of gone back to his partner in that sense.
Steps to the right and knocks down the triple. Marching back to an even dozen, a little over 2 minutes out from three-quarter time. Kendrick Davis with 17 points, 5 assists. Tyler Harvey overcooks it. Now Davis, Kadee to his left. Daryl Martin joining in as well. Tries to go solo, can't connect. Hickey may have travelled. Fans certainly thought he did. Wrap-around pass in the corner. H.J. Lee ends up with it. Beats Froling from close range, knocks down the dunk. He's got 27.
Having a huge impact. Sam Froling finishing strong right there. Kendrick Davis needs to continue to find his teammates. You know, we know he can score. He's got 17 points. Those 5 assists, they need to be up near 9 or 10 by the end of the night.
Scored 7 of Adelaide's 9 in this quarter. Kendrick Davis, and they go to him once more. Red numbers on the shot clock against Harvey. Now the penetration, quick step, gets him down low. He's got 19, including 9 in this quarter. Adelaide looking to answer here. Harvey in traffic, outside to Hickey. Baseline, Lee, and the ball out of court. They turn it over.
I just love that cut. So I love that cut along the baseline. Yes, it didn't work out for them, but it also just speaks to the spacing that they have. Illawarra are really good at filling those corners, and when you turn your head as a defender, they're gone.
Put it right on the spot there, Hickey. Hit him right in the hands.
So Vasiljevic back on the floor here. Kendrick Davis looking very tired at the moment. And Greeters onto the floor for the Hawks as they try and have some momentum as well. Mike Wells with plenty on his play. Adelaide desperate for a win after copping up the overtime loss to Tassie on Friday night. Leaves them with a small margin of error in terms of keeping their playoff hopes alive. Daryl Martin to Vasiljevic. Then Schweikel Bullock back to Martin, wide open. Caught it deep. Vasiljevic with the overboard, ran into Trey Curl, needs help. Adelaide get it back once more. Vasiljevic against Froling, puts it on the deck. Boy, he was going to Montrezl Harrell, who was cutting to the hoop for the rebound. Days has lost control, but Adelaide will get it back.
Vasiljevic and Harrell come together, talking through. DJ thought Harrell was spacing to the corner, threw a bullet. Harrell was cutting to the basket for a dunk. Fortune goes Adelaide's way and they get the ball back.
Hawks have thrown Dan Greeter onto the floor. He's face guarding Kendrick Davis, just denying him the ball at every opportunity. So they get it to him now. Shot clock at 10. Davis takes them on. Needs a trip to the free throw line.
Well, nobody can guard him right now. I mean, he is just in a mood, Kendrick Davis. He can get to his spots. He's pouring on the points. I just want him, for Adelaide's sake, to make sure his head stays up. Find his teammates when he starts to draw that extra defense. But meanwhile, he's giving Justin Tatum and this Hawks squad problems with his attack on the rim.
20 in the game now for Kendrick Davis, coming off a career-high 39 in the overtime loss to Tassie on Friday night. Hawks for the last play of the third quarter. Adelaide to just 12 points in this term. HJ Lee works inside Detch, outside, Trey Kell, he fires, can't get it done. Froling the O-board, putback wouldn't work for him. And we arrive at three-quarter time with Adelaide holding on to a 13-point lead. After leading by 20 at the half and Hawks cutting it to 9, it's 75-62 with a quarter to play. You won't go away because no one knows what's about to unfold in the final quarter here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Should we just break the rules and give them both one because they're out on the court? We're going to people saying, no, that's horrible, heartless. I kind of like it. Give it up for the legends. Let's get into this last quarter. One up, boys. Thank you very much to Nova as well. There's your chance off. Once again, you've outdone yourselves to start 2025. 9,475. Let's bring them on. Here we go.
Great to have you with us here on a Monday night in the Hungry Jacks NBL. This has been fun right from the get-go. The Illawarra Hawks, after being down 25 in the second quarter, have closed the margin to just 13 with a quarter to play. And on top of the table, they are still sniffing a comeback win. So we go courtside to Nerily Meadows.
And there is still plenty of belief in this Illawarra Hawks outfit as well. Justin Tatum really pleased with that third quarter. No matter what happens, keep pushing. They said we've got timeouts up our sleeve. Now's the time to get stopped. And specifically to Sam Froling, who was sensational in that third quarter. Keep being aggressive.
Terrell Martin splashes the three to give Adelaide the start they were after.
You bang on Nez about Sam Froling. 13 points in that third term. He's 2 points off his career high. Has 27 points and 10 rebounds. He was a powerhouse in that third term.
Tyler Harvey had a rattle around the rim and jump out, and Terrell Martin doing it at both ends. Here's Harold marching inside, taking him on aggressively and continuing on into the front row of the stands as well. Montrez restricted to just 2 points in the third quarter, had 18 at the half. Another problem for Adelaide is that Isaac Humphries sits on the bench with 4 fouls. Harold's been good from the stripe in this game, 4 of 4. Adelaide 16 of 17 overall.
As aggressive as Sam Froling was in that third term, that's what Adelaide need from Montrez Harrell in this fourth. Any opportunity he gets like that, make sure he gets his touches, and he should be on the attack.
Great Ray Wood in the house as well. Just saw famous 36ers name. Short of Grim with the second one. Loose ball. Kell kept it alive to Albrecht. So the margin is 17 in favour of Adelaide. Hawks looking for their first score of this final quarter. We played a minute in term 4. Hawks top of the ladder. Adelaide looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. And Wani Swakala-Bullock comes up with the 3.
Good hit from Swakala-Bullock. Adelaide throwing extra bodies at Tyler Harvey. Need others to knock down shots, and Swakala-Bullock steps up.
That man takes it from Daryl Martin, and now Davis with it. Red numbers on the shot clock. Long way from the hoop. Shovel pass looking for Harrell. And Adelaide turned it over for the 9th time in the game. Had 5 turnovers in the third quarter alone, after having just 3 at half-time. Tyler Harvey exploring. Put away from Mayan. Couldn't finish it though. Harrell puts a stop to it.
Length of Mayan troubling Tyler Harvey. Doing a good job contesting from behind.
Trey Kell reaching in is going to be called for his first personal foul. Second team foul on the Hawks in this quarter. Davis to restart. Gets it back from Montrezl Harrell. Vasiljevic. Pulled off. DJ Vasiljevic hasn't scored since half-time. Harrell finds Martin cutting to the hoop for the finish.
It's a great cut. The movement without the ball, you can't undervalue that. When that late cut is on, especially if you've got a teammate that's willing to pass the ball like that, it's a great look for Adelaide.
Swakala-Bullock puts it on the deck. Albrecht baseline back to Sam Froling. Goes to work against Martin. Can't convert. Jarrell Martin now up to 16 in the game on 6 of 8 shooting, equals his career or his season high, career high for Adelaide. Looking Simon Harrell and come unstuck again. Now Froling running. Swakala-Bullock quickly up the floor and gets a user-friendly roll. He's into double digits.
Great hands from Tyler Harvey. The last line of defense rotating across underneath. That was about to be an easy finish for Harrell at the rim.
Davis takes on Albrecht, bounces into Wani Swakala-Bullock. Continuation obviously waved away there.
Is that play you were talking about, Beck, on the Amy replay? Such a good passer of the ball.
Great passer, great vision. And it's really using your teammates and using that spacing out on the floor. It's his reactions for me, isn't it? It's the celebration.
You taking notes? You're going to whip some of these celebrations out?
Doubtful.
In the WNBA?
It's not me.
I'd like to see that.
I'm sure you would.
Davis harassed. Just at the halfway line. Shot clock at 5 now. Hickey in there, hands over Lat Mayan. Got a good look at it. Can convert. Hickey to rebound and back from DJ Vasiljevic. Picks up his first personal. Humphries back on the floor playing with those 4 fouls for Adelaide.
Some more frustration for Humphries right there. If you're the Adelaide guards, you've got to continue to see Isaac Humphries. He rolls to the rim as he seals up in front of the cup. It will warm the big fella when he gets position.
And I think that frustration is valid because this is a constant theme in a lot of past games as well. Maybe he starts out really hot in the beginning, he's getting the ball, great pass, good job Sam Froling in the paint.
Equals his career high of 29 now, Sam Froling. 12 of 18 from the field in this one at 68%. He's got 10 boards as well.
He's having a game. But for Humphries, I feel like sometimes in games, the well really dries up. He doesn't get the ball, and you can understand the frustration.
Jarrell Martin has one rattle around and jump out. Here's Darius Days firing. He overcooks it from deep. Three-point shooting now 6 of 25, the Hawks at 24%. Coming in at 36%. Top 4 in the competition.
It's a quiet night for Days, isn't it? Only scoring 2 points after coming off, having 22 points. And his previous game.
Just hasn't been able to find the consistency that he desired in Harriers days. Davis shakes Hickey, made room for the shot, and then fills up the three. 23 for Davis to go with 6 assists and 6 rebounds. Tyler Harvey takes them on at the other end and comes up with the goods. Middle stages of this final quarter, margin is 13. Davis again shapes Hickey, who fouls him taking the three ball. Heavy contact as well.
Foul on Davis for the kick out.
Called it on Davis for the kick out. Wow. I reckon there was contact to the body as well.
Davis wants a challenge initiated from Coach Wells. He asks the GM of basketball's opinion.
And it looks like there's body contact there.
Yeah.
That's a tough whistle.
It is. You need to have your landing space as a shooter.
So will that be pivotal in the game? Adelaide by 13. We'll have 5 minutes remaining. Remembering Adelaide led by 7 with a minute to play on Friday night in Tasmania and couldn't find a way home. Hickey with it. Just 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. He's going to take them on. Sunday did shut him down, but did it illegally. It's a foul on Dedge. Free throws to come. First personal on Sunday, Dedge, and his comeback game after 7 games out with a hamstring injury.
I think he's got his
Nobody likes cheeseburgers like Adelaide 36 of fans.
66% free throw shooter this season, Davo Hickey. Not the most reliable conveyance. He's opened the door. And the fans are going to be storming into Hungry Jacks. The Cobra is developed. Get the NBL app out, click on the Hungry Jacks banner and go to work. On Davo Hickey's sent you. He's been called for a foul as well. 4th team foul on the Hawks here in this quarter. Timeout and a challenge for Justin Tatum. Contact there with Jarrell Martin. Looked like it was a little bit of each of 2. 84-71, Adelaide by 13. A lot of talk about the coach's challenge, Ben. Were you for the challenge?
I've never done a good job of reading the challenges correctly.
No
so,
one has.
I mean, have you ever been right either? This is a tough one. I really do feel that I need to see it back to get a good gauge of it. But is he being pulled back first? That's my question. I just need to see another angle.
I'll be honest, Case, I wish the challenge didn't exist. Wow. I understand the idea of we want the right call, but we teach the kids and young people and everybody in the sporting culture that to respect the referee's decision, and yet the challenge brings in an idea that actually, you know what? Question it. Go ahead and question the officials whenever you want to. I don't like it.
So Liam Santamaria not a big fan of the challenge, full stop. Let's get a look at this one and see if we can see the tangle up there. And you see Jarrell Martin and Hickey.
It's just an odd one to challenge. I think bang, bang play. That both of them lock arms, and the official called it on Hickey. Not going to be easy to overturn.
A lot of time, White, a lot of time.
So the coach's challenge is unsuccessful. And self-explanatory there in the sense that as Liam described it, bang, bang play, hooked up on one another. Hard to overturn that.
These free throws the rest of the way for Adelaide. It's been a physical night in Adelaide.
That was early in the game. Here's Kendrick Davis firing unsuccessfully. Mason Beaton off the floor, blood from the mouth. Saw a quarter-time chat, almost got out of control. A little bit of everything. Low boards for Swakala Bullock. These days, that's off the mark. Just can't get it going. 1 of 7 now for Darius Days, including none of 5 from deep. Adelaide by 13, 4 and a bit minutes to play. Montrezl Harrell against Days. Has to take him on. Did a good job, Darius Days. Talk Harrell out of the points. Here's Kell trying to draw a foul on Davis. Feeds Sam Froling, who comes up with a career number. 31 in the game for Sam Froling. What a night.
That's 5 on 4, isn't it, in the offensive transition. So way to make the most of when one player stays back and doesn't run back on defense to really punish on that end.
Inside 4 minutes remaining. Adelaide need a steadying bucket. Well, Martin can't provide it. And now Trey Kell. Quickly up the floor. Swakala Bullock against Davis. Did a good job to stay in front of him. Kell goes down to Froling, and why not? Been doing it all night against Montrezl Harrell. Shot tumbles again. 33 for Sam Froling on 14 of 20 shooting.
Going to work.
Montrezl really wanted to cut off his left hand there too, but he still managed to go to it.
Still got to contest. Put a hand up.
Yeah.
Davis evades the double team, feeds the corner. Adelaide through Kadee can't convert.
Single-digit game here. 3 minutes to play.
And now Trey Kell fires. He can't convert. Kept alive by Froling. Swakala Bullock talked out of Froling. Another O-board and another 2.
Oh
35 for him. Margin is cut to 7.
He's a beast. Sam Froling dominating the ball game and pulling his team back into the mix.
Sam Froling coming off a 6-point game. Has put numbers up 35 points, 12 boards. Outstanding.
Outstanding on both ends too, hasn't he? The way he's finding his shots and the way that getting to the rim, getting to his left hand, but then also creating second chance opportunities, third chance opportunities for his team too. So he's really working.
A lot of it has been like this. Give it to me in the block. Let me go to work. A lot of it has been off the offensive glass. Created his teammates as well. Getting into the paint like this, creating advantages, and then dropping it off to Froling. But his ability to finish tonight, the efficiency with which he's poured on these points, 71% from the field. First time in the 30s, and he's not done yet.
An outstanding performance and just getting some pressure on the scoreboard on Adelaide here. They trailed by 7. Beck, they gave up the game in Tasmania, leading by 7 with a minute to go. Here we are on a Monday night. Is that still in the back of the mind? Do they start going back there? Do the demons start rising?
I think it sort of has to be right now. They'd be thinking we can't repeat this again, especially after this game was a much bigger margin. So it's the way that they're letting teams come back in is concerning for the Adelaide 36ers.
Kendrick Davis has it, shot clock at 10. Now Martin, going good D from the Hawks. Days forces Daryl Martin into a tough shot. They come up empty again, Adelaide. Just 9 points for Adelaide in this final quarter. They had their highest scoring first half of the year was 63. Trey Kell is fouled. It's a 4th team foul on Adelaide in this term. And it's on Jarrell Martin, so that's going to be 4 on him.
Massive 2 minutes, 24 for Adelaide. They need this game. This team's in 8th spot. They got a 9-12 record. They're slipping away from the playoff picture. They were up by 25. They're on their home floor. Emotional night for the ball club. You've got to close this one out.
Full credit to Illawarra as well. They were down 15 in the opening quarter by 25 in the second. It was 20 at half-time, and I spoke with Matt Campbell, their GM of basketball, pre-game, and said of their 7 losses this season, Last game was the only time they haven't been in the mix in the last 3 minutes. And they're back well and truly in the mix here. Hawks back to within 4.
I think for Adelaide, what they need to do is really have a mentality shift. They can't be thinking we can't lose that game, because that's when you tighten up and you can't play tight like that. So they need to be thinking, hey, stick to our principles, get to the basket like this and get high percentage shots.
Harold does get a high percentage play. Banks 2, draws a foul.
Well, good things tend to happen when Montrez gets involved. Right there, gets it on the offensive glass. Who else hasn't been involved much is Dejan Vasiljevic.
Yeah.
In this second half.
At all.
Hendrik Davis has been doing his thing, but Vasiljevic has not scored since half-time. He's taken 1 shot since the major break.
At 9 of his 16 in the opening quarter. Harrell steadies the ship. Adelaide by 7. Harrell has 24 and 9 rebounds. Daves left alone, and he makes them pay. It's been a long night for him, but he's starting to warm up when it counts most. Again, the margin is 4.
Big players really do show up in these key moments, so I'm happy to see a few of these big shots drop for him.
Neither team can afford to foul here. They look inside. Harrell puts it on the deck and then throws down the dunk.
Really good action. Bit of movement, body movement, ball movement. Find Harrell rolling to the rim.
Adelaide by 6. 90 seconds to play. Days, they go to him again and again. He comes up with a finish, and he had some advice for the 36ers bench as well.
They will not go away. Always in the rear-view mirror.
Plenty of spice in this one. It's a 2-point hit. Well, Darius Days had 2 points in the first 3 quarters. He's up to 10. Harrell back to Davis. Shot clock at 10. Again for Adelaide. Hesitation dribble. Works to an opening. Kendrick Davis is fire.
The way he keeps his dribble alive too until he finds that open shot even over the outstretched hand of Sam Foley.
Days off the front of the rim. Kendrick Davis the rebound. 8 boards, 7 assists and 25 points for Kendrick Davis. Harrell has 26 to lead Adelaide. And a career high 35 for Sam Foley. It's the top of the tree. 5 on the shot clock. Davis, double team. Tough shot off the front of the rim. Hawks comes forward. Adelaide can't afford to foul. Days. Yes!
My. Just keeps hitting big shots. Timeout Adelaide. 1 possession game.
Well, Darius Days had 2 points coming into this quarter. He's now up to 13. Knocked down 3 triples here in the last 5 minutes to give the Hawks a sniff.
It had been a long, dark, cold, rainy night from long range for Illawarra throughout most of the evening, and then Darius Days has just caught fire.
Gonna love the belief.
Triples. He's given his squad a chance.
He really is, and he's, you know, motivating that group as well, making those shots, and they're really finding him too. That's what I really love about it, is they've seen a couple drop and they are finding him in the open court.
Amazing fight back from the Illawarra Hawks. They're right in the frame here with 31 seconds to play. Now for Adelaide, started this term up 13 and extended the margin to 17 early in the fourth.
Well, Adelaide had the opportunity to advance the ball here, but that will cut the shot clock to 14. So they're going to take it the length of the floor, keep the shot clock at 24. Got to be careful with this inbounds, get this thing in safely.
Oh, they don't look organised.
Adelaide with a shot clock 7 seconds inside the game clock. For a high percentage play here. Harvey has the job on Kendrick Davis. Hawks over the limit in terms of fouls in this quarter. They look for Kadee back door. They found him. Now Montrez Harrell right to the hoop, lost control, bounces into Kell, no whistle. And a chance for the Hawks to tie it away here. Harvey, known crusader from deep, just can't get it done. Hawks want a foul, can't get a whistle, it's all over. And Adelaide has prevailed by 3 points. It's 91-88. All sorts of emotion.
Oh, wow. What a wild finish. Justin Tatum yelling at the refs. Adelaide having some robust discussions internally after that final buzzer. And in the end, a 3-point victory to the home team.
Adelaide held on to that win, but they wouldn't have wanted any more time on that clock. I think that they really got away with that win, but I know that the entire crowd were holding that breath on that final shot.
Wow. What a comeback from the Hawks. Down by as much as 25 and down 17 in the last quarter. Right back to 3 with Adelaide. Well, not only do they hold on and get the win, but they keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Adelaide sweep the Illawarra Hawks. And they have now won their 10th game of the season. So they win by 3 here. Last time they played here in round 8, they won by 14. And when they first met in round 3, they won by 2. What an eventful game this was, right from the outset. And another sellout crowd in Adelaide has certainly got their money's worth.
Oh, they sure have. Incredible night's entertainment. Illawarra feel empty. Such an exceptional comeback, and they've come up short. Adelaide, they desperately needed that win. Almost coughed it up, but they got there in the end.
And look at the support from the crowd. Like, they're there supporting their team. You can tell that this is a game that they really needed.
Let's get some reaction courtside. Here's Nerley Meadows.
Kendrick Davis alongside me. My oh my, the pressure was on and you stepped up big time. Tell me what's gone through your mind right now.
We're just desperate for a win. Y'all know we let one slip in Tasmania bad, so we almost did it again. But we're just trying to get a win any way we can and keep, our playoff chances alive.
The connection that you have with Montrez Harrell, can you speak to it? Because, gee, it looks like fun out there.
Yeah, man. We complement each other well. I'm dynamic, shooting threes and getting in the paint, and he dynamic finishing, so it works well. But it's not just us two. We got Lat playing amazing defense for us. We got DJ making big shots for us. Jarrell played great. Isaac is huge for us defensively. So, I mean, it go more than just points for us. Like, we got a lot of talent, and yeah, man, we got an amazing fan base with it, and it's exciting.
It's a couple of months since you had your full team together with Sunday coming back in. When you're all together, you do something pretty special, don't you? Do you have the belief that you can go all the way if you're fighting your way back into this season?
I mean, we know that. What, Illawarra #1, right? We beat them 3 times. So what that tell you? We just got to be consistent. That's it. Like, no team in the league really want to play us. We know we face some suspensions, injuries, but no team want to play us. I don't care who they is. And, yeah, man, it's all on us. We got to be consistent, and I think I like our chances. Everybody's best shot versus our best shot, we the best team.
I love the fire. Keep it going. Well done on the win tonight.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
That was so good.
25 points, 7 assists for Kendrick Davis. He's our player of the game. What a win it was for the Adelaide 36ers on what was a very special night for them, retiring Daniel Johnson's number 21 singlet and remembering the late, great Daryl Pierce as well. Might have helped get him across the line, the Iceman, and Adelaide ice it here 91-88 after they led by 25. Memorable night, and we'll be back to wrap it up. From the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, another sellout crowd is getting so much value for money here. And the 36ers are alive. no one's going to like to see them get into a play-in game. They'll have to come here and try and win, because they can do it. It's Adelaide 91, the Hawks 88.